How are you? I'm fine. You've said it 40 times this month, and it's almost true. You eat, you work, you function, but at night when the noise stops, something is missing from the room, and it's not her. It's not what you lost. It's you, the man you were before it happened. He didn't survive it, and nobody gives you a funeral for that one. Today, we're going to find out what actually died that day and what never did. I'm Saul. This is the Comeback Code. Let's begin. When a man loses what defined him, he does one of two things. The first, he rebuilds the surface. New routine, new haircut, new gym. I'm focusing on myself, he says, and he builds a life at full speed. Projects, plans, motion. So, he never has to ask himself who's actually living it. The second, he freezes. He leaves everything exactly as it was, the photos in their place, the same habits, the half-finished plans untouched, as if waiting. He becomes the guard of a museum, the museum of a life that already closed its doors. The one who runs and the one who freezes look like opposites. But they're exactly the same man. Both are escaping the same question. Because there's a question that scares a man more than the loss itself. The one that shows up in the mirror when nobody else is watching. Who am I now? The Stoics didn't run from that question. They put it on the table and took inventory. And the man who did it best owned, according to the world, absolutely nothing worth inventorying. Epictetus was born a slave. Think about that for a second. He didn't even own his own body. His master proved it to him in the cruelest way. He shattered his leg, and Epictetus limped until the day he died. A man like that had every right to define himself by what he lacked. No family of his own, no property, no name. Epictetus isn't even a name. It means acquired. And yet, when he finally won his freedom and became the most respected teacher in Rome, emperors sent their sons to hear him speak. He built his entire school on a single distinction. The only one that matters when everything collapses. What is yours? And what was loaned to you? He taught his students an exercise that sounds brutal the first time you hear it. Never say, "I lost it." Say, "I gave it back." The person you loved is gone. You gave her back. That chapter ended. You gave it back. They took your position. You gave it back. He wasn't asking you to love less. He was reminding you of the terms of the contract. Everything external, the people, the roles, the chapters, life hands it to you on loan without showing you the due date. The tragedy is not that the loan ends. The tragedy is forgetting it was a loan and writing your name on top of it. I wrote my name on top of one, and when it came due, I went with it. It started when my 3-year relationship began falling apart. I believed something could still be saved. But the inevitable happened. She left. And between us, there was never a goodbye. It just happened. And that sent me searching for answers. What went wrong? What could I have done sooner? Then, it was my job. Roles changed, someone else was doing what I used to do, and I was pushed aside. I reached a point where I honestly didn't know what had happened to my life in so little time. I thought things would stay the way they were forever. They didn't. They left, and they took part of me with them. The worst pain was not knowing what to do with everything I was used to doing. Waking up to a good morning from the person who loved me. Coming home and waiting for her with open arms, walking into work, greeting everyone, giving my best at what I was good at. The spontaneous weekend plans, everything I considered, everything was gone. Until one afternoon, sitting alone in a park, watching life move on without me, the question finally landed, what do I do now? Who am I now? I had lost my purpose. That's why this video isn't theory for me. And that's why what comes next isn't advice. It's an inventory. Grab a sheet of paper. We're doing this together. One sheet. One vertical line down the middle. Left column, what left with it. And here, I need you to be surgical. Don't write her or the job. You already know that. Write what left with you inside of it. The role you played, boyfriend of, employee at, the man who was building that thing. The routines that gave you shape, the morning message, the commute, the Sundays, the we you answered questions with, the future plans that already had your name written on them. Write it all down. It's going to hurt. It's supposed to. That pain is the funeral nobody held for the man you were. Consider it done. This sheet is his funeral. But before the sadness wins, look closely at that column. Everything on that list has one thing in common, and when you see it, something is going to click. Everything there is something you had. Roles, routines, circumstances. Loans, exactly like Epictetus said. And loans, by definition, were never the house. The house is in the other column. Right column. What was always yours. What you already were before that person or that chapter arrived. What you loved doing when nobody came along to do it with you. How you treat people when nobody's grading you. What you've survived. Before this, you had already survived things, and nobody took those victories with them. Your word when you give it. What you know how to do with your hands and your mind. And add this, because it belongs there. You're still looking for a way up. You're watching this video instead of giving up. That's character, and character goes in the right column. Do you see the difference between the two lists? The left column is things you had. The right column is things you are. And here's the sentence I want you to take from this video, even if you remember nothing else. You didn't lose your identity. You lost a loan. Roles are borrowed. Character is owned. That's why you feel like a stranger in your own life. For years, you answered, "Who are you?" with the left column. And when the left column came due, you believed you came due with it. But the man in the right column is still there. He was there the whole time, underneath the roles, holding them up. The rebuild doesn't start from zero. It starts from the right. I know the exact moment I found mine. That night I came home, stood in front of the mirror, and started the conversation with myself. I broke down, completely. But it was necessary, because that's where I discovered what was still part of me. What hadn't left. My family, who had always been my backup. My friends, and above all, I still had me. A little destroyed, yes, but I knew I could get out of this. I had to. I refused to stay in the storm forever. And there's the secret. Genuinely wanting to move forward. It's not a feeling that lasts forever, but the moment you truly crave getting out of where you are, that alone is already an enormous first step. After that, I started building my own projects. I took on a lot, honestly, sometimes too much. But I knew why I was doing it, so I went one step at a time. I even rediscovered parts of the man I'd been. Distracted sometimes, a bit stubborn. Maybe that played its role in what failed. But not all of it was my fault. And seeing the facts as they really were made all the difference. Today, I won't tell you I'm completely fine, but I'm genuinely trying to be where I want to be. I don't answer with an automatic "I'm fine" anymore. What I can tell you is this: I'm better than I was before. And that man in the mirror, I recognize him now. How are you? The next time they ask, maybe you'll still say, "I'm fine." But now you'll know something most men never learn. Which part of you is answering? Not the stranger, not the museum guard. The man in the right column, the one nobody can evict. One sheet, two columns. What left with it, and what was always yours. Do it tonight, not next week. Tonight, when the noise stops and something is missing from the room. This time, instead of feeling the emptiness, you'll be taking inventory. And if you want to do it with structure, the 7-day comeback journal walks you through the first 7 days. This inventory, the contract from the last video, and the 3 questions from the conversation. Link in the description and in the pinned comment. In the next video, it's 2 a.m. and you're reading the old messages again, scrolling back to when everything was fine. We need to talk about what you're actually looking for in there, and how to finally close the chat. Nobody held a funeral for the man you were. Hold the inventory instead, and keep what was always yours. This is the comeback code.